On today's bonus episode of We Say Soccer, November 9th, 2021, the boys are back and we're getting you ready for a huge weekend of World Cup qualifying around the world. We'll start in Africa, head to Asia, then go to Europe before we bring it back home and talk about the Americas and finish up the episode with a deep dive in the U.S. men's national team game versus Mexico in Cincinnati. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the intro. It's We Say Soccer.
Jeff ain't made the song yet. Hey, 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 oh yeah.
What's goody, footy fans, and welcome to this international break bonus episode of We Say Soccer, the American take on the world's game. I'm your boy, Big John. I'm with my boy, Jibbs. And Jibbs, it's another international break upon us, so you know we had to come through, show some love to the U.S. men's national team, and also get you guys prepared for the bets around the world. So, Jibbs, how you doing, man? I know it's a busy week with work. We're recording late night tonight, so excuse us if we're yawning a little bit more than normal, but we had to do a little late night recording. And we want to make sure we get this out before a couple of those international games around the world come out, and then before the U.S. game on Friday.
I know that the first match Thursday morning that we both are taking is at 4:10 a.m. Eastern New York City time, all the way across the world.
AM? I wrote down PM. I can't remember.
No, there's not going to be much watching the Asian window for us as far as the picks we make, because they are early.
You can, though, if you are a FanDuel Sportsbook user, you can stream the game through the Sportsbook.
Oh, is that one that was listed as stream? All right, we'll have to get there.
I had to double check to make sure. I was like, damn, it is AM.
Nice. No, but it's good week.
The South Korea one, but every other Asian game other than South Korea, UAE, you can stream on FanDuel. So that's kind of cool.
Probably
I was streaming hockey today. It's actually pretty nice too. And you get the weird in between periods, like inside the arena cam that no one's there. They're just sitting because there is no commentary.
No. I watched Welsh soccer like that yesterday.
Nice.
Because I put a little thing, a little $5 wager on some random team. They didn't win. They didn't score over 2.5 goals because it ended as a 0-0 draw. I should not have watched
might not have been playing FIFA way too late in the night and then bet on some Chinese basketball, was doing the same thing. I was like, oh, hey, I can watch it. Look at this.
Gotta love that. Even though I did, real quick shout out, because I love using them in FIFA to kind of have a franchise mode. In the FA Cup, Salford City getting a dub against Dagon Red, in which they were pounded the whole match. They scored 4 minutes in, and Dagon Red had to have had 14 shots on goal, like on target, probably 25 shots total. Salford is in tier 2 of that English something league, so the 4th tier of England, and Dagon Red is in the 5th tier, but it was pretty clear Dagon Red's probably a better team, and they're actually up for promotion. Salford's kind of middling in that second tier of whatever the 3rd and 4th tier in England called. I can't even remember what they call it. The Dagon Red's in the National League. I know that's 5th. What's the one they call the 3rd and 4th divisions, and it's tier 1, tier 2?
The championship is the Sky Bet Championship.
Yeah.
English football pyramid.
It's championship. It's just
championship is the 2nd division.
No, but this is. Why can I not think of this right now? Now this is bugging me. Starting the show.
Football league. It's football league. Yeah. Premier League, Football League Championship, Football League 1, Football League 2, Conference Premier.
Yeah, that's what it was.
South, all that.
Yeah.
3rd and 4th are Football League 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're in English Football League, EFL 2. and then it's
Is Salford
national.
City, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's national 1 and 2.
Conference,
that's like the 5th and 6th.
Conference Premier, yeah.
Yep,
Is
yep.
5 and 6.
Yeah, so
well,
Dragon
Conference
Red,
Premier, then there's fucking 40-14. Oh, it's 2 leagues, that's why. And
Yeah.
Conference North and Conference South in the 6th.
Exactly.
I think hashtag United's somewhere down there. I think
Oh,
hashtag
really?
United's in either 6 or 7 tier, yeah. That one I was
Yeah.
spotted by that FIFA guy Spencer that I watch a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where Stretford Paddock's boys are at.
Oh yeah, they're down there. I feel like
They're in a
No
weird.
offense to them,
They're in a
just say-
no, yeah. They're more like a regional league. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, still technically pro, but yeah. Anyway, shout out to Salford City for that. That was pretty cool that they won. So that's pretty awesome. So no, but I'm definitely ready for some international and having some fun there and rocking and rolling. So it's a great
we'll
time. And
see.
this is
Get a little
it's a quick break too. Most teams are playing 1 or 2 matches and that's it. And then they'll bang out 1 or 2 more a week or so before Christmas for us. And then they'll have that last club match, I feel like before Christmas, but a little bit after Boxing Days, somewhere in there. So yeah, it's an interesting time for football. This is the break I never minded. Whereas the last 2 can sometimes be a bore if you're really into your club team.
Yeah, especially when your club's kind of fucking falling apart and they don't know if they want to keep the manager or not. So it's always a good time to take a break then, and we don't have to stress about it over a weekend.
Yeah, no, and it's exciting with some of the players coming back, but we will get to America here in a short bit. I think that's really it. I know fucking what's the team? Newcastle finally made a manager decision.
Eddie Howe.
Yeah,
That's Bournemouth manager.
I know Pogba got a knock and is going to be out till after the new year. And that's really all I can think of notable in the big scheme of the footy world, unless you just did not watch soccer this past weekend. You know what's going on. And those are the 2 things maybe since that have been really notable.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, cool. With that, let's go ahead and get to why we are here. Let's get into some of these bets around the world. We're going to start in Africa. Shout out to our boy Jeff. He will be coming back soon. He's finishing up his moving stuff. So be on the lookout. Jeff should be here next week or the following week as well. But this one, I know he would be down with this one. This is his boys, the Senegalese. We're going to take Senegal minus 165 at Togo. And this is Thursday at 2 p.m. So that's something I'm looking for. Jibbs, didn't you say you had a Thursday parlay in this one? Or
yeah. And it's actually Senegal over Togo. And then I'm going to take Ghana over Ethiopia because they're the much more favored team, heavier odds. So that little parlay together, put them together for a play is plus 114. Just a little bit.
Not bad. Yep. Just try to get that bankroll up.
Exactly.
Cool. And I know we touched on this one a little bit with our boy Mo Money, Mo Salads. Egypt minus 105 at Angola. This is Friday at 2 p.m. I just feel like this one, Mo is one of the hottest players on the planet right now. And especially going through Africa, he's definitely the best, if not one of the best players in Africa. And he can almost carry a team throughout this tournament. Maybe not in the World Cup, but when it comes to the qualifying, he can definitely take it on his shoulder, put the team on his back though.
Yep. And I think he's going to come out, play this match. I don't know if Egypt has a second one or not. We didn't look up schedules. We just ran down what was available in the betting atmosphere. So I anticipate him coming out, playing this match, doing work, getting 2 goals, hitting the bench at half, and they just ride it out.
Yeah. And if they do, they might play Monday or Tuesday, because I know there was the Sunday matches in Africa have been posted.
Yeah.
So, and since they play Friday, they might jump and play that Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Anything else? Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. 2 quick notes kind of on that idea is the only like region out of Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas that seem to have those further out matches is probably for the sports books to get more dough on the game. I saw like you can get the Brazil Argentina match way down on November 16th.
You can get a lot of European matches that are kind of a little bit farther too. Like,
and
Europe's already going to Monday, but I feel like that's like the Vegas London book.
But I also thought I saw either late Sunday or Monday was one of the country's first match too. It's a really weird setup and schedule. So it could have been that. But no, to wrap up Africa, I actually have a little play where I'm taking a couple big favorites on Saturday. Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire over Mozambique, Nigeria over Liberia, and Cameroon over Malawi for 106 total. I normally want better odds on a 3-teamer, but this is another builder. Just throw that single unit on it. Nothing crazy. All 3 teams should win. Hopefully, we're not shocked by a draw somewhere in there. I don't see any of those teams losing, but that still comes in at minus 106. I think it's at plus 106. Basically, even money either way. But yeah. So I'll throw a couple bucks on that and try to really start this parlay system idea that I'm going to mention a couple times throughout these other countries, and have them really be the builders while we try to take some shots here and there. We know we're going to throw 10 on the USA over Mexico, but that'll allow us to do that hopefully more freely.
100%. And then cool. My last one, as I only have 3 on that great continent of Africa. I have Ghana minus 125 versus South Africa. And it's Sunday 2 p.m. on that one, but I just think Ghana is just going to be the better team here. They are at home as well, and we know any kind of travel on this continent is going to be a long travel. So
yeah, I think that
plays a little bit into it. But
I thought about that one. My only worry was that Ghana's a little bit older, and I think we touched on that the last time we did an international break. Didn't double check their results from that, and then South Africa's not terrible. They just always get draws, so I probably am going to play that as well, with the fear of the draw being in there. And at minus 125, a draw no bet or a double chance is going to be over minus 200. So you're kind of stuck with it if you want that to happen. So maybe a little review of the team's form, their last break, and then make the decision off that.
Yeah, 100%. You got anything else in Africa, Jibbs?
That's it.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead, hop in the G5, and we'll head over to Asia. Even though I'm kind of going first, I'm going down under, mate. We talked about it a little earlier. Australia minus 155. This is that kickoff game in that Asian qualifiers for this weekend. Thursday, 4:10 a.m. So if you're up early, you got a job or something, you want to throw it on, that's something to do, or throw it in that night before, wake up to a little bit of cash in your bank if they go ahead and pull it through for us. Jibbs, what you got in?
Or if you're in Cali, stay up for it because it'll be on at 1 a.m. your time.
Yeah, facts.
Aussie, I'm on that too. The Saudis traveling all the way down to Australia to play a scrappy team.
No. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was looking at it. I was like, damn, we're taking the G5. Far. But we was like, we're only going to Saudi Arabia. Nope, we're going all the way to Australia.
Yep. It's just crazy to me. The amount of travel that the Asian countries have to do. So I am very much on Australia as well. Is that
and then did you say you're gonna parlay that with something else, right?
Yeah, I'm just double checking my figures here. It was Aussie, South Korea together. That makes, and South Korea is minus 280 hosting the UAE. That's plus 123 together. And then I do have a third play, and this is a long shot because I know Oman is not bad, but I'm kind of going with that home team vibes again here. I like China now plus 180. When I saw it earlier, it's plus 170 over Oman. I like that as a straight, like we do the Australia bet. And if you want to combo those 3, it would be plus 525. So
that's not bad at all.
I'd feel pretty good.
What time's that China game at?
That's a great question. That is Thursday, 10 a.m. New York time.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
No.
Yep, and odds are changing as we speak too. So.
Yeah, literally, they're bouncing all over the place. I wrote down plus 170, and it's already plus 180. So good thing I didn't place it yet.
No, I like that one too. And again, that's that. Especially with these long travels, like you see, Iraq and Syria. That's not going to be too far travel for people. Nope. Or if you got to go Oman all the way to China, and it's probably the east coast of China is where they're going to play too.
Yeah,
that's definitely a trip.
Yeah, no, and that is, and then you have Iraq, Syria, which are close enough where I don't think that matters.
Same with Lebanon, Iran too.
Yeah, like Iraq seems decent. I know nothing about them from a football standpoint, but I know like I swear Serie A used to not be terrible. So it's like that one I'm just staying away because I am just uninformed. Don't bet what you
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Or like we
That's
always
like,
said, the best bet is the one you can make. Like
yeah,
don't spend your rent money on some
yeah.
Chinese basketball leagues and stuff.
Even if you can afford it, it's still like if you don't know it, don't play it.
Yeah, exactly. That's just giving the books the money. Just
Exactly.
handing it away to them. All right, well,
Yep.
cool. So that gets us on our little Asian getaway for this weekend for their qualifying matches.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the big boys now in Europe. We're going to end with the home turf with the Americas, but we'll go ahead and get to Europe first. I got 2 Fridays, a Sunday and a Monday. Jibbs, didn't you say you were having a kind of a day-long parlay maybe in Europe?
I have every day of the week, Thursday through Monday. So if you want me to start with Thursday,
and I'll jump in. Yeah, I was gonna say you go ahead Thursday, and I'll jump in on the 2 Fridays I got when we get to Friday.
Thursday at a 2-team parlay at -102. I like Sweden -240 versus Georgia, Spain -250 versus Greece, two S's versus
like
G.
those.
And that kind of lines up too. So parlay even money -102. And then I will take a little half unit stab in the dark because they're both plus money. And I'm going to go with Slovakia +120 hosting Slovenia. The Slovaks traditionally are almost kind of like the American team. They got half the roster in big leagues, a lot of German players. You got a couple in the Eredivisie. You've got a couple in Serie A. So I'm thinking maybe they play overall a much more quality level of football than the Slovenes do. So I'm going to take that shot in the dark at +120, and they're at home. Again, the worry is the draw, but I think they can pull it out. They are a scrappy team, so we'll see what happens there. And then I only have one on Friday. What do you have anything Friday?
Yeah, I got Austria -150 versus Israel. And they're at home on that one. Austria's at home. That's Friday 2:45. And then I probably have another Friday 2:45 that I believe you're on too, because it is one of your homeboy nations that you love betting on. So if you want to, we'll parlay our thoughts on Italy -175 versus Switzerland, and then we'll let you get to what you got on that Friday parlay. I just think Italy in this one -175 is a little bit out of my comfort zone. I like staying around that 160 is probably the top I go. But with Italy too, they don't really have a go-to goal scorer like a Lewandowski in Poland, like a Haaland for Norway. So I don't maybe want to win cast this with something else. We do usually tend to go Insigne in these situations. If we are going to win cast anything with Italy, is what we've done in the past.
Could be Jorginho here.
Yeah, maybe too. I'm thinking with Jorginho, ironically, that is exactly what I was thinking. I was trying to look for the game so we can look at Wincast. Because Jorginho, if they get a penalty, he will be the one taking it. The way Vegas is having it looks like they're probably thinking Belotti's going to start up front instead of Insigne. Insigne might be on the wing. And then Jorginho, that's +480.
Well,
Jorginho in Italy.
There's a way to make this a little bit more affordable too. It's on FanDuel. I don't know where else on like DraftKings or Barstool or BetMGM or Caesars where you can find this. But if you click on a soccer match and you click on the goals tab, if you scroll down, you'll see WDW and OU goals. Italy and over 1.5 goals scored in the match. So they can win 2-0, 2-1, 3-0, 3-1, 4-0, 4-1, whatever it is.
7-0.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Chelsea women today. But Italy and over 1.5 is -105. So that's probably the way I'll play it straight. I'm sure like Italy combined with some of the Saturday picks that we'll have, and I'll even throw one out there if I can get this in to check the odds real quick because they are on the road. Another way to get this to almost even money, and it's one of my Saturday loose picks, is Netherlands -410 at Montenegro. Putting them together is also -105. And so that's not a bad way to do it either. A lot of different ways to kind of crack this thing open.
Yeah, no, 100%. Maybe even throw something like a should be go-to winner, like in England, Albania.
Mm-hmm.
Mix that up a little bit.
Definitely.
Well, cool. Yeah, that's all I have is that Italy. What else do you have Friday? You said you want to maybe pair
No.
with that Italy one.
Oh no, I had to go to Saturday to pick up the Netherlands, actually.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. So that Italy is both of our last
Friday.
match on that Friday.
Mhm.
I have nothing on Saturday. So Jibbs, the
I have a
floor
shot
is
in the dark.
yours.
A scrappy team. We joked last time, bet the hockey countries and qualifying for soccer. I'm gonna put a flyer on Finland plus 2.
Oh, I did look at that one too.
At Bosnia.
Yeah.
I am gonna do it just mostly because of what we joked about last time. It could be $2. I'm gonna throw it down there. Just why not? Because hey, the hockey countries are scrappy. They play football as well. You watch the NHL, all the hockey players are warming up under the stadium before a game, kicking a soccer ball around. So I'm going to throw a shot in the dark there.
Yeah, and they do got Timo Pukki up top, Norwich City striker. He has been a little cold this year, not as hot as he was last year. But that's something to think about.
Cold. First win, though.
True. And then Dzeko is on the opposite side of that line with Bosnia.
Beast.
Cool. So that was your shot in the dark. Let's go ahead and move on to Sunday. I know we talked about taking them on the opposite side of this earlier, but I'm taking Greece to win against Kosovo minus 155. And that's Sunday at 2:45.
That's not bad.
Jibbs, yeah, what you got going Sunday? Because I thought I had 2 Sundays, but I actually have a Sunday and a Monday. I didn't realize.
I have a Sunday pick and a little 3-teamer parlay to get some value down. I am taking the Croatia and Russia over 2.5 goals in that match at minus 106. I can't pick a winner between those two.
Yeah,
I'm going. It's a 2-1 win either way, in my head. So I'm going over 2.5 minus 106. I'll cry when it's a 1-1 draw, but what can you do?
Yeah, that's how I wanted to do draw so bad, but I was like, I couldn't do it. Picking draws is like most nerve-wracking thing in soccer.
It's like kissing your cousin. Little Mighty Ducks reference for y'all.
Yeah.
And then I am
because I don't have a sister. No. It's okay, guys. We know the quote wasn't exactly right. He knows I don't have a sister. That's why I said cousin.
Yeah. And then I am gonna go in this play. I'm gonna lean on the Croats because they're at home and they do have the better team, with Spain versus Sweden as favorites and Portugal versus Serbia as favorites. That parlay is plus 191. So that'll be a little play that I throw in as well.
I like that.
It's fun. We like to have fun around here.
Do you got anything else on Sunday? You see that? Like, I did look at Ireland against Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Smallest country 130
by mileage in the world.
So, but then it's just one of those where I feel like an upset could happen.
Yeah.
And like Ireland could go there drunk or something.
I'll do my Ireland, Scotland, Wales parlay like with these opening matches, like I always do. Didn't even look at the odds. That's just like, screw it, throw it in, have some fun.
All right. Well, speaking of Scotland, on Monday, I'm going against them though, and going with the Fighting Danes.
Likewise, I am only
Denmark.
I am only doing Scotland in that. $2 to win, probably 100 with those 3 teams. But I am on Denmark at Scotland for plus 110.
Yeah,
line doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, not that bad of a trip. Denmark is a top 10 ranked team, unless we don't know about some injuries that we don't know about. But so keep an eye on that. Maybe wait till this one's starting lineup. Maybe Vegas/London knows something we don't. So, but just keep an eye on that. But yeah,
my only thought here: didn't Denmark essentially already qualify at the last break? Weren't they one of those 3 teams we talked about? For some reason, I thought they were.
I think it was Germany. I know it was Germany, Qatar, or let me look.
On the auto.
Yeah. It might have been World Cup.
For some reason, I just thought it was Denmark already, and because plus 110 is not the odds on just going to Scotland from Denmark. Like it still feels too good to be true. So that just kind of popped in my head literally just now. Like, could that be why? I don't know.
Let's see. You are correct, sir. That could be why.
They're doing it for their boy.
So they might not even have to play this game. So again, look at the lineup. Make sure you get like your Paulsons, your Sabitzer should be in there. And just look. Make sure
We'll
you
have to make
get
a mental note. We'll have to tweet something out on Monday, like, yo, we're in on this. Still. And to be real, the B squad for Denmark should beat Scotland. You know, Scotland may park the bus, but they'll want to be
watch
McSauce
McSauce gets a fucking hattie.
All right, so if the lineup doesn't look great, we're still taking this line, but we're also going to bet on like a McTominay brace. Or some random just shit like that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah. But that runs out Europe to me. The big guys,
the same.
The matchups are
it's just
horrible.
Too big of odds.
Yeah. Like, there's not even a good way to parlay when Belgium is minus 3,000 versus Estonia. Like, the only thing that I could almost think of would be like to just double chance draw and the underdogs and see if you hit one to pay for all of them. But that is terrible gambling advice. So don't do that. But
I wonder what, like, if we did like a fucking like 15 leg parlay of just 1,000+ odds, it'd probably be like minus 150.
I bet you we would get to like 10 to win $2.50 for a $12.50 total payout. Like, it'd be some S like that.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
Are you just scrolling Europe now?
Yeah, bro. I'm about to just start clicking motherfuckers.
Cool. Well,
Croatia. Go ahead. I was gonna say, go ahead.
Yeah,
if you want to jump to the Americas while I put together this bullshit.
We got matches Thursday, Friday, predominant or only, because looking ahead, the only other ones available is the November 16th Brazil and Argentina match. So looking at that as a whole, I really don't like a lot of the plays for the Americas either.
Hey, I'm only 6 legs in and I'm already plus money. I'll take it.
Jeez. I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, bro, so am I. And nothing's under like plus 400 or minus 400.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just the 1,000 and overs.
I was trying to, but then I realized there's not that many because like half of the games I can't even bet on when it's like a super crazy team against a crazy team.
Yeah, like Hungary versus San Marino is blocked, for example.
Yep.
Germany versus Liechtenstein is blocked. So
hey, even a minus 1,000 adds $3 right now, though.
There you go. Even Turkey versus Gibraltar blocked. Can't take them.
Damn, come on, France. You're supposed to give me a little bit more than that. Denmark minus 6,000 adds a fucking 48 cents, baby.
Sheesh. Hard pass.
Yeah, no, I'm at 14 and I'm at 10 to make fucking 28.62. This ain't looking good, folks.
Yeah. There's just
we'll add
good
Russia
way
here.
to do it.
10 for 33.77. If I took every highest favorites I can, because I even didn't win and added those crazy thousands and whatever that one. There's one that's like, Denmark against Faroe Islands, 6,000.
Yeah.
All right, so all the high parlays you can make. $5 wins you $16.89 for 15 legs.
Hard pass.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Because we're gonna have one fuck up there. All right, well, cool.
Let's get to the Americas.
Let's do it. Coming back home, but first we're gonna start at the southern tip. Argentina plus 135 against Uruguay. Friday at 6 p.m. And as always, check on these South American ones. Just check these rosters. Some of the players aren't going to travel from Europe.
I'm not taking that if Messi doesn't play.
Yeah.
For example. And he'll be 100%. There. He always shows up in Argentina. I'm going to use that. Taking that. And then I'm actually also going to combo that with Brazil for a parlay of plus 229. So I'm good on that. And I like those odds because on that November
Brazil against Colombia.
Yep. Argentina at Uruguay, Brazil hosting Colombia, and then kind of tying it in, on November 16th, I am going to take the draw at plus 200, Brazil at Argentina. I think Brazil's better, but at Argentina, I'll take the shot in dark, call it plus 200. Unless something really, I'm just like, wow, okay. Then I have to make the pick. Because I do think even now, Brazil is the better squad, top to bottom.
Yeah, me too.
And
And then
then
that's something too. I'm going to look at after this first round of games on Thursday
Yeah,
and Friday
and
and see what we're feeling.
other than that, y'all gotta check the Twitter. I really don't love and trust a lot of these other matches. They're set up in weird ways where the teams that I think are a little bit better are the road team and either not quite even with their opponent getting the home sauce, or they're getting too little respect and they're underdogs by more than they should be. So I'm like, Vegas, what are you thinking? Like, what's going on here? And I don't just want to make a rash decision and push it out there when half of these squads are going to be made up of teams we do not watch all the time. They'll be in the Brazilian Serie A, they'll be in Liga MX in Mexico, the Uruguayan first division, things like that. And that just can be scary as a bettor. So we'll want to see these team sheets be a little bit more proactive. Yeah, we'll throw in $1 on all of these in a night in a parlay, not on each match, but literally $1 to pick like the 7 games on that night. See if you get lucky, catch lightning in a bottle, but nothing that we can safely and confidently put out there.
Yeah, no, 100%. There's a couple games there, little toss-up games like the Honduras, Panama.
And then
like
on more the CONCACAF teams, I don't have a direct pick, to be honest. We'll get to the USA. We're probably going to throw our usual $5-10 on USA because they're our squad. I like the Canada match. I know you had them picked out more. Did you have in those 4 Friday CONCACAF country matches? Did you have any picks, or were you rocking with just that Canada line? If you want to give it to us again.
Yeah, just Canada versus Costa Rica. It's in Canada, so it's probably going to be in Vancouver or Toronto. And it's minus 170. That's Friday, 9:05. Something I was looking at too, once they release the lineups, if you can get like a Jonathan David win cast, that might be something that brings it down a little bit. He's been a little hot in the series or in Ligue 1, excuse me. So it's something I'm looking at too. But minus 170, like I said, kind of just out of my Goldilocks zone where I like taking those favorites at.
Yeah.
So maybe more of a half unit play than a full unit play. But if I'm feeling a little frisky on Friday night, I might throw it in there.
I feel that. And then I'm actually going to do a cheeky little like $2 on a CONCACAF Friday home team parlay. USA, Canada, El Salvador, Honduras, all to win plus 2701. I might even get a little bit crazy because I didn't love that El Salvador matchup. I might throw that one draw or Honduras draw, or I might just throw those 4 teams I said and then draw on those 2 matches in the round robin calculator and let it do its magic by like 3 legs at a time or 4 legs at a time with like 50 cents a leg or something stupid like that. And that's mostly just because Friday night, the boys. Did you have anything else? I'm happy to. Let's hop into USA if you're down.
Do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Friday night, I'm going to be tuned in, watching the boys hosting Mexico in Cincinnati.
ESPN Plus.
In Cincinnati, where we just saw them show out for Carly Lloyd. You know, I'm pretty pumped for this. Like, I'm ready to go. I am worried. It is going to be nuts. Oh, wait a minute. I do have a pick. Both teams to score plus 106. Give me that.
Ooh,
that's
I
my
like
pick.
that.
I had to put something on record for this game. I wasn't betting against America, but I'm not exactly confident in picking them. We always throw a couple shackles on them, full disclosure.
Yeah,
but I do think both teams score in this match.
Something I was looking at in this one too, if you want to get a little bit more safe odds, you could go tie no bet. USA is plus 110. So that was something I was looking at too. Just in case we do draw it out at any kind of draw, we'll just get that money back for you. So that's something you can look at too if you want a little safer bet. It is lower odds, but you do have that chance of getting your money back if it ends in a draw. So it makes it a 2-way bet instead of a 3-way bet.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it too. I think it'll be an exciting match. For those that don't know, there's been some changes on the roster. John, we've never really done this before. It's a quick 25. I know we talked about a pre-show. Should I just name who's on the roster and their club team?
Yeah, let's do it. You want to
So
start at the
just to
back or
keep
the
you
front?
guys informed, I'm going to bring it from the back to the front because there's a certain superstar that's back up front. Hopefully, we'll see what they agreed on between the club and Tuchel over at Chelsea. But yeah, with the goalkeepers, and this is one. The reason we probably should have done this last time is because the goalkeeper talk and how much that played a factor between our boy that we love, Matt Turner. We don't watch MLS, but he's a baller for New England Revolution, and he got some important starts for us last go around. So that was awesome for us. Well, Matt Turner's in goal, New England Revolution, joined by Zach Steffen from Manchester City. I do think Steffen might not get the Mexico game. I have an inkling they're going to keep rolling with Turner.
No, and I think Turner getting the games in MLS, even though it is by all means a smaller league than England, I think just him getting game reps is going to be important for him. So I think against Mexico, we go Turner. I think we go Steffen against Jamaica.
Facts. Agreed. 100%. And then deep on the roster, we got Sean Johnson. He plays for New York City FC. And then bringing it to the defenders, a group that I actually love, and maybe where we get some good European experience over time. Even though we are going again with no John Brooks, he's struggling a little bit, but he started getting regular minutes again for Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg, right? Yeah. I'm 90% sure. We have Reggie Cannon from Boa Vista, Mark McKenzie from Genk, which is in the Belgian league, Chris Richards for Hoffenheim, Anthony Robinson for Fulham, Championship Division in England. We have,
and he should be the starting left back.
I'm very confident he is, and there's some good competition in the USA squad. I'll mention that when we get to him. Miles Robinson for Atlanta United, pretty much a baller. Joe Scally for Borussia Mönchengladbach, who did have a couple of key performances recently. Really like him as well. The left back that I'm really keen on seeing how he grows is Sam Vines. He plays for Royal Antwerp in Belgium, and they've had some slobber knockers recently. And I can't remember if they're Europa League or Europa Conference Division League. It's kind of like the third tier in European and cross-country multinational club football. But Antwerp just played who's the other big club in that league?
No, not Fenerbahce.
Anderlecht. Thank you. That's exactly who it was this week.
Yuri Tillemans came from there. They are in Europa League, Jibbs.
Europa League. That makes sense now.
Antwerp. Yeah. You're right.
But yeah, Sam Vines, I'm really excited to see what he can do. He is on the forefront for being in the club for potentially, and hopefully we qualify for this World Cup and maybe the next two, but definitely when we host in a couple of years from now. DeAndre Yedlin is back. Galatasaray still struggling as a team in the Turkish division. I think they're still holding down the third spot. They're usually a team that runs away with the first spot, though, so it's a little bit of a shock. And they are not playing well in European Club Football Championships. And then that finishes out with Walker Zimmerman from Nashville SC, who did just make the MLS playoffs and are about to host Orlando City. I was talking about that today with somebody, so I happen to have that on the forefront. Moving to the midfielders, not a single surprise I see here outside of Julian.
Real quick, Jibbs, before you jump to the midfield, let's talk about what we think. We talked about Anthony and Scally probably being our starting wingbacks. I think Miles Robinson's place is kind of locked down too, and it's just really of who Berhalter decides to pair with him. If he wants to go Zimmerman or for a more defensive, or if he wants to go Richards for more of like a ball playing center back too. So that's something to look at too.
Are set because Anthony Robinson can play both inside and out left wide, can't he?
Yeah, but I think he's pretty much because of how good Miles Robinson.
You just said Anthony. Miles.
Yeah. Miles should. I think Miles is kind of locked down at center back from what I've been reading on some of the reports from Athletic and stuff like that.
I think we ran a match the last break with the Robinsons just in the middle. Not related, by the way. Just I thought we did run with them in the middle. I wish I could remember the game. But it kind of just stuck with me. I felt like it was the Robinsons, like the two pillars of the defense for some reason.
Yeah,
But-
I think it'll be Richard just because it's more of playing out the back, but he could go Zimmerman just as a more defensive, being more hold the line against Mexico.
Yeah.
So, but just something
But
I just want to talk on because our
Bur-
midfield's kind of set as it is with the MMA midfield, but
yeah,
a little bit of we can see. So maybe check your lineups and see who you like from that USA, and maybe that's something to think on bet. If we're going more defensive, then that's something to maybe go a draw no bet. If we're going
I don't
more
know
offensive,
if we are set with the MMA midfields, and we'll get to that in a second. But
yeah, there has been a guy in Italy playing pretty decent.
Yeah, but Berhalter, he loves giving guys who have been getting run more so than just form per se. For example, like Josh Sargent was not in form or getting run, so he's still not here. Going to touch on that in the forwards. So I am curious with his experience against this country if DeAndre Yedlin starts the game at right back. I could 100% see that, because who's the player that would be very valuable in that spot that seems to be missing because of injury at Barca? Serginho Dest, still not here. And he was running the show with that borderline calling it Golazo in the last international break for us. So we'll see. Any other thoughts on the defenders, bud?
No, that's it for me, man.
Cool.
I'm just ready to see. Hopefully, they just set up shop and we can keep like Chuck Lozano and Raul Jimenez out of the box.
Stay out, because Jimenez is on fuego.
He is.
Midfielders: Kellen Acosta from Colorado Rapids. I can hear the groans from you guys listening now. I'm sorry, it's not my team. Tyler Adams from RB Leipzig. Gianluca Busio from Venezia. Sebastian Leckett from LA Galaxy. Wes McKinney from Juve. Yunus Musa from Valencia, and Christian Roldan from the Sounders. Quick shout out to two players there that have been getting a lot of attention. We've mentioned it before, but Brian Ciaretta on Twitter does a lot of writing for AmericanSoccerNow.com, gets featured on ESPNFC.com, goes on the different ESPN 980. He's at Brian, Brian Ciaretta, SCIARETTA. He daily, if an American is playing club football abroad, he will mention it. If they do something notable in the MLS, he will mention it. Great follow to track the boys wherever they may be. Two names that he's been talking about that I'm really excited to see how we fit them in is Busio, his last 2 weeks at Venezia, because they did get an upset win over
Roma.
Thank you.
And he was playing well too. That was like Jose's first loss of home or something like that in Serie A. There's some crazy stat that he'd never lost in Serie A at home.
Because he sucks on the road. But then Musa for Valencia has been playing very well, apparently, is also. Haven't caught much of them, even though we have La Liga on some of the apps that are just plugged into the TV, so we just would watch. But he's apparently been balling out big time too. So even if they're both just super subs, I think we got some legs.
And I think too with Musa, I think he could go with him. He's a little bit more athletic, and he's more of a box to box kind of guy. If he does go with Busio though, in that spot, because I think it's Adams and McKinney are kind of set. They've been in our team. They're kind of veterans in our team. Maybe bring on a Kellen Acosta late to try to maybe hold it down a little bit, and then make it two defensive midfielders, one attacking kind of, even though McKinney's more of a box to box than anything.
You said Adams and McKinney guaranteed for you.
Is for me, yeah, and I think that third spot is the one that might be up, where Busio, because he's that hot hand, and like we talked about, Berhalter does sometimes like playing a hot hand and the people's getting minutes.
Yeah.
He could go with Busio, and that's just because I think that might just add a little bit more of a creativity that like Gio would bring normally.
Yeah.
That we just don't have. Like Musa is a good player, but he's more of a Pogba type player where he's physical and athletic. And makes not so much in his passing range that Pogba has when he wants to, but in that kind of physicality, and he can body people as well with his strength. But Busio is more of like and I'm going to go back to United again, but like a Juan Mata type player where his quick 1-2 passing is what's going to set up. And I think Greg could bring him in, just try to bring in something different, but I also like him coming off the bench to kind of change the pace a little bit from Musa, or if he he switches it somewhere else.
Well, Mexico's going to be pissed, even if it wasn't A squads versus A squads last year, besides really that Gold Cup final when Puli was in. But they're going to be pissed. And I'm really, if it was on American soil, I'd be shitting bricks right now thinking, we're about to get fucking
I'd have definitely gone half unit, not full unit on that.
USA like, here's a buck, bros. I hope y'all have some balls of steel.
I don't think we're coming out the Azteca with a dub.
I'd like them to say, no, we're going to go seize this. I want them to start Busio for that reason. Let us hopefully get a lead. And then if we're up 1-0 or 2-0 or 2-1 or something, 2-0, Dust will say, let's get it. Then you bring on Kellen Acosta. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah.
And this is a chance for Greg Berhalter to really make an impression on what his version and potential longevity with the program could be with some of these lineup decisions and this 2-match break and then the December 2-match break, because these 4 games are going to be critical. It is massive. And it's not just because we're playing Mexico. If we had El Salvador and Jamaica, they'd be huge. So it is what it is. But I think you and I are pretty much on the same page, though. It's RB Leipzig's been playing some good football. So I do think it's Adams and Wes McKinney. Obviously, it's a little bit easier of a choice. Missing still a couple of players from that midfield and trying to rock and roll.
Especially with Gio. I feel like Gio is an automatic. One of the first team sheet players.
Just his creativity is second to none on this team.
And if you play FIFA, get him in fucking career mode. He turns into an animal.
Nasty. But I would like to see Musa and Busio featured more, kind of agreeing with Brian Ciaret on that standpoint. Now, moving to the forwards.
Welcome back.
I'm going to hold off on that one. Let me bang on these other ones. Brendan Aronson for Red Bull Salzburg. Great little squad. Good player. He's actually was a little bit down. And then since the last break, has been killing it. Paul Areola. Again, I hear from the groans from the crowd. I will say one thing, though. While I don't necessarily agree with it, we're kind of injured. We're missing some pieces.
And he's a veteran, too.
And he's a vet. So he balled out the last month or two for DC United. We knew that being local. Blonde Paul is baller. And he showed out. And they missed it because DC United missed the playoffs because Nashville SC drew instead of winning in their match. I can't recall who it was, but I believe we could have knocked out the Montreal Impact, I think it was.
They're Montreal FC now. They changed their name. I saw it on Football Manager, actually.
Why
unless Football Manager just didn't have the license. They went away with it.
Haters. And then we but then we have Tim Weah from Lille. We loved him in the last go around. Would love to see him break through with a couple of goals. We got our boy Ricardo Pepi from FC Dallas. And then there's 2 players left. The first one I'm going to mention, and I'll get into more detail after we go in full. And then, John, I'll let you take the reins on a certain someone playing in England. But the first one is Pepe's boy from FC Dallas, Jesus Ferreira, baller, can be a number 9, can be a number 10, really showing out. I've got a couple more details on him that I'll get to. I had a couple notes that Brian really put out there in an article that I thought was awesome. So last but not least, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, Christian Pulisic back in the mix, hopefully healthy. He got over the injury. He only played 17 or so minutes the other day for Chelsea, but he got in the match in a critical moment when they were trying to get the lead against Burnley. They did finish in that 1-1 draw. How are you feeling with Christian back? Do you think he features right away? Do you think Tuchel's making the call over like, no, use him in, man. I'll let you have him in December. What are your thoughts here?
Well, I actually have a quote from Tuchel. He says that Christian still feels a little bit of pain from his ankle and hopes he and the U.S. men's national teams are, quote, responsible with his minutes in this window, and he doesn't get too carried away with emotion. So we'll see. It's always one of those.
He said he holds. He said he would hold them responsible.
No, he said he hopes they are responsible.
Oh, okay,
Like,
yeah.
hey, don't play this kid 95 minutes against Mexico in a super physical match.
Mhm.
So if Berhalter, it's honestly for me, I think it's how he wants to go about it. If he lines up with the Busio in the beginning and we're going for it, if we're saying F it, let's go ahead and try to get this game and then set up shop. I think Pulisic starts, maybe gets 60, might get off at halftime, depending on how he feels.
More or
If
less, are you thinking in that scenario, real quick? Sorry to interrupt
no, you're
you.
good, dude.
Pepe in the middle, way out
And
right.
way on the out right, and then Pooley out left.
Yeah, but he knowing Pooley will draw back more middle to help defensively than Way probably would.
100%. So I think
Just
if he
player
goes with Pooley,
styles.
yeah, it'll be it's a almost we're going for it. So let's get it. Let's get to 60 minutes out of
Sure.
Christian when we can. Let's see what we can get. Then after that 60, when Christian's gone, okay, cool. That's when we bring in
Mm-hmm.
the more like Kellen Costa, that type player, and try to set up shop and say, okay, cool. We tried to go for it. Say it's still 0-0, 1-1. Cool. Let's set up shop for these last 30 minutes. Let's get to draw and get out of town. Like,
and
but
that could be the sub that we talked about. Like, if
and
they
that's what I was
don't
gonna say. He
start
could
Acosta,
go Aronson. He could bring in Pulisic at the end and try to spark something maybe late and just say, hey, let's get 30 minutes. All I need from you is 30 minutes, Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there, be Captain America, do your thing.
Yeah.
Let's get this done.
You've done it before.
Yeah.
No,
so I think it's almost just how Berhalter's feeling. Pepe coming in not so hot is kind of troubling. He did definitely come into the last international break super hot, and he kind of rode that Pepe season vibe.
Well, there might be a reason for that.
He did pick up a slight knock for this FC Dallas.
And the guy I'm about to mention too, getting some shine. But staying on Pulisic real quick, no chance he plays against Jamaica. Like,
oh yeah, no, none at all.
Unless we need him again, like 78th minute, go get 15. All right,
12 minutes. Yeah, wrap that ankle up, kid. Let's go.
Yeah, how you feeling? Like, go get it. No,
yeah.
I agree on that. Any thoughts on Pooley before I hop over to this next guy? Just because I think it's a awesome story. I think he's really pulled himself up by the bootstraps. Are you good on Pooley?
Yeah, man. Like I said, I think it's just a matter of see how Berhalter's feeling. If he wants to go for it earlier, if he wants to bring him on as a super sub, almost like a Landon Donovan against Algeria back in the day type thing. So
facts. No, I really wanted to mention really quickly because I thought Brian Ciaretta had a really nice write-up. I didn't know much about this player when we made the roster announcement 6 days ago. I think it was last Thursday. Jesus Ferreira, call up. He is 20 years old now. He was a top 5 prospect. I remember, like, when I saw the name, I was like, wait a minute, where's he been that I don't know what's going on? So he's Pepe's boy. They run the show together in FC Dallas. He is a little bit more versatile. He can play as number 9 or number 10. Only 20 years old.
He can play a wing a little bit too, I saw.
Yeah, he has 8 goals, 9 assists for FC Dallas this year, and he had a really rough 2020 form. He had COVID, and it really knocked him down a lot. Like, you and I off the show talk about my hockey team, the New Jersey Devils last year, when Mackenzie Blackwood, our number 1 goalie, got it. Couldn't finish games, wasn't feeling great, was turned into a super sub. Came to this year with a vengeance, something to prove, and did his thing. 8 goals, 9 assists.
And how many of those assists do you think
went to Pepe? Yeah. I don't know if it's quite a situation with our roster composition compared to whatever FC Dallas runs in the MLS, if they could be exclusive almost up top together and only run 2 at the top. But if they're both in a match and then we make a sub off and go defensive, maybe like to round out a game or to halfway try something against Jamaica, they could be the G's up top together. If Tim Weah needs a blow, if he doesn't have a great game against Mexico, and just why play him against Jamaica? We need him in December for both of the December matches. Thinking a lot of those scenarios. It's actually, I thought it would be easier. Only having 2 matches this international break makes almost the roster choices more difficult.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say that Greg Berhalter, I noticed, did say recently, like a day or two ago, was if the squad goes out there and does their thing and barring fitness and injury potential, he would turn around and run the same lineup and system against Jamaica if we capture a result against Mexico. And I like that mentality because 2 wins would be huge right now. And I could almost see us making crazy changes going from more potentially upside versus Mexico. And if we lose, then we're throwing out, if we were in the World Cup, this is the roster because we need this win. I could see that too.
So. And I just looked it up too because apparently if you Google FC Dallas formation, you can get some fucking advanced analytics about it.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, fucking nuts. So I just went to footballcritic.com. I'm going to shout them out because I didn't even know this thing existed until like 35 seconds ago.
So many soccer
sites. FC Dallas has run a 4-3-2-1 for 29 games.
Okay.
And it's usually Ferreira is in the 10 position.
Okay.
So he does like normally playing, it seems like he's almost plays that kind of like a Bruno role, where he's like an advanced playmaker / like almost attacking midfielder to the sense where he's getting in on goal, getting in there in the mix with
Pepe. And you could almost pick a side on whatever the play it calls for.
Exactly.
You said 4-3-2-1 or 4-2-3-1?
4-2-3-1. 2 holders, 1 10 and 2 wingers.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So essentially, that's what it shows on there. So that's why it's almost throwing Berhalter a little bit of a wrench, because since he normally plays in the midfield, but our midfield is kind of set with the 2, if not the 3, the 4.
Well, and
so that's why he's probably throwing him into the wing, like you said. He's very versatile.
Yeah, but if it is that same direct correlation, he sounds like a Wes McKinney backup in my mind.
Yeah. If you're trying to go a little bit more offensive, bring him in.
Yeah,
push the lineup a little bit. Like if we go down early, all right, cool. We can't fucking defend anymore. There's no point in losing 2-0. Might as well make it 4. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, go for the win.
Yeah.
A 2-0 is the same as a 3-0. Like go for the win.
Yeah. Well, besides goal differential, but rarely does.
Yeah. Who cares about that?
Rarely does CONCACAF come down to that. So it does.
Yeah.
Whatever.
As we say that, we're about to not make.
Bruh, don't fucking say that.
Not too late.
I tried not. I've tried not saying the F word on this podcast anymore, and I think I did earlier in jest.
Sorry,
but
folks,
that one's real. That one's real. Don't fucking say that, bro. Don't you say that.
Well, if he's not trying to say it, I'll make up for it and go double. So
yeah,
I'm the fucking PG-13 voice in this one.
Yeah, but yeah, without Serginho Dest, I think
no Gio.
Yeah, and it is interesting, Ferreira, Pepe, a lot of the guys in, they're gonna have to step up. Pepe, this is as big as it gets, and you had a choice. These are the 2 countries. You love that. He's from El Paso, right? I think it was.
I believe so. Yeah, like the kid from the Big Green. Ironically, the Mexican American kid from the Big Green was from El Paso. Every time I hear El Paso, I think.
I was a Conference USA guy, so I always think of UTEP. But no, this is it. This is why you came over to the USA side and didn't go over to the Mexican side. So let's ball out, young fella.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Let's get these dubs.
Yeah. So what are you thinking? What's your predictions? 2 wins, draw and a win, 2 losses. What are you feeling?
No, I think we'll beat Jamaica. I just don't think they're in the right mindset right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if they have Michael Antonio. We didn't even get to that point because
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
gambling wasn't open for it, so we didn't even look into that game. Degens unite.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Are you ready? D-Generation X over here. And stay tuned to that because we didn't mention it, but USA does take on Jamaica in Jamaica on Tuesday, November 16th.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 p.m. on Paramount Plus. As we said, this first game on Friday, USA Mexico, is going to be on ESPN Plus. And if you want to get the cool Spanish commentary, even though ESPN Plus does usually show their Spanish correspondent on this game. And he's, to be fair, he is the most unbiased Hispanic correspondent I've ever heard. Like he goes crazy for US as he does for Mexico.
Well, and he calls MLS too. Right, he calls MLS.
I can't remember
he calls
his name,
La
but he's
Liga.
like, I think no, it's not Sergio Gomez. That's a dude that's like the sideline NFL reporter.
Yeah. No, but this guy, he was calling some. I just watched the match the other day. Was it who played Madrid? Was it Real Sociedad?
When Benzema got that like 10,000 goal or some shit.
Yeah, he was calling that game, and he's very unbiased.
Yeah, they put him on a lot of Spanish like La Liga matches too. I've noticed too on ESPN Plus. But that one again, ESPN Plus 9 p.m. As we said in previous international break pods, it seems like the home games we're getting on ESPN Plus, the away games we're getting on Paramount Plus on that like 240p fucking cameras that we get from Paramount Plus on these away games. No 8K and shit going around down there in the in South America and in the Caribbean. But that is something to look forward to. As always, look for our socials for our picks, for those live picks. We're trying to get better at it. But this is the time for both of our jobs in the beer and the wine game. They get a little bit busier. So please bear with us. We're getting you there. We get Jeff back. The solar energy game should be low in the winter, so we'll see. See if we get him on some more pods.
Damn you, daylight savings!
Yeah, you stupid fucking farmers. But no, we appreciate it as always. Wanted to bring you some international break. Stayed up late for this one so we could get it out. We love club football, but we're always patriotic when it comes to USA soccer, and we're hoping we can get to this World Cup. We do live by the nation's capital, and last year we didn't get to celebrate and go to the National Mall and be on ESPN throwing beer in the air when John Brooks beats Ghana in a extra time winner or some shit like that. Like, I want to see Pulisic rip his shirt off and run to the crowd and throw a $9 beer in the air. Like, so we're ready. We're here as always. Follow us on socials. We'll see you on there. We'll get you on there. Shout out to all our international listeners as well. And coming soon, we've been talking about it. We're going to bring in some guest hosts. So reach out to us on Twitter. If you're a fan of a big club or just a fan of the EPL and other European leagues in general, we'll bring you on. We already got some people lined up for coming weeks. So just be ready. And we appreciate it as always. This has been Big John. That's my boy Jibbs. It's been We Say Soccer, an international edition this time. But we appreciate it. And as always, much love. Peace. I believe.